Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our Claws and Fangs and Revolvers, our Werewolf of the Wild West story. I am the Ravenous Harkon. My name is Will, and I will be your storyteller this evening. Last, we left off with our wolf pack. We opened up the next morning as Walks was meeting the sun for one of his rituals, while Cora and Artis were finding each other in her bed, and Cora was reminded of a long past incident that was both bittersweet and uninvited. But they heard construction. They were awoken to the harsh sounds of construction outside. The barkers yelling about the sights that they might be able to see once all 7 tents go up for the tent. Some animals could be heard carried on the wind. And as Walks was walking back to the Gilded Apple, he saw the Nuisha walking towards them, and the coyote asked if he had had any visions from the old grandfather. He admitted that he didn't, and so the Nuisha asked to go inside and to talk to the whole group. Once everybody was awake and down in the general area, the coyote told him that he had been visited by visions of his grandfather, also known as the Old Coyote, that he had seen the setting sun to his right, a great flock of geese, a storm of gray and black to the left, from horizon to horizon, and then the silhouette of a church in front of him, and that he believed that this is where the group could find their coyote, their Ragabash. They checked in on Vanessa to make sure she was okay. They picked up some provisions. They went by the cairn and got some stuff dedicated for the trip ahead of them. They took off. It wasn't terrible to discover that the Nuisha meant they should go south, which is the direction of the Wendigo's mountain range. They got to see Charlie for a little bit, and then they came across a small town, a little village that was set up near a river. It was a small village called Santo Domingo, and they came across it, and it was a brutal scene. Some of the buildings were in shambles. The smell of smoke and blood and flesh was still lingering among the ruins, but the church itself, for the most part, was still standing. They discovered a female's body, a nun, that once turned over. They got to see that it was the nun whose spirit had visited the Gilded Apple and kind of touched Walks and Artis. They also got to see that there was defensive wounds on her. They saw that there was a ravaging of the city. But most of the people were also found to be exsanguinated, dried up husks of what they once were. And they also got to find a photograph, a single memory that this nun kept, that had the last group of children that were present at the orphanage. Among them was a young Pepe, who they saw kind of looking in the direction of not the camera, but a young girl standing next to him. The group was caught unaware by an assailant, and they got to taste some vampire claws as the sneaky assailant almost dropped Cora entirely in one attack, and if not for Walks and his connection to the spirits, it would have been a pretty bad day for everybody. But they did drive him away, and after that, they followed Pepe's scent through the night and found him in a cave with the body of a dead priest from the photo that they had found, and a young girl in his arms. his face a mixture of distraught and joy and anxiety. And I believe this is a good place to pick up with our whole team back together again. Ooh, boy. Look at you guys. Good to see your faces again, everybody.
Back.
All right.
It's good. It's good to see everybody.
All right. So without going into too much of what drove Pepe here, I think let's just pick up right where we left off. You have drug Mia down into the cave. You saw what she did to this priest, and as the sun has come up and she has found herself too tired to do anything, you hear rustling, your heart races, you are in no condition to fight off the the group of people that you have saved Mia from. But it turns out to be some familiar faces as you see Cora, Artis, and Walks coming down
Oh boy.
into the cave where you are. Artis, you can smell Pepe's scent, but there's a scent of lilies attached to him now, and dirt and blood.
The moment that artist can smell Pepe is the moment that there's like a very small gasp, and she kind of grabs on to Cora because artist is too afraid to ask if he's there or not. So her first reaction is just grabbing Cora to make sure that she's not smelling the wrong thing, or she's not smelling. She's just smelling his body, so she doesn't want to just go up to anything.
Okay. The Cora will feel the sudden intensity of her grip.
Can I see if he's moving from this distance?
He is. The girl and the priest are not.
Am I holding Mia in my arms?
Yep.
Is my back turned to the?
No, you see them. You
to
see
the
them
group?
coming.
I see them. Okay.
Yeah.
I try for the words to come out of my mouth, like get back, like stay away. But it's like
That's not good enough. Try again.
you wouldn't understand, Cora.
What
The
do you...
moment that artist actually hears Pepe,
Mhm.
she starts walking towards like wherever he is. I don't know how far I am.
Yeah. Well, Artis is the only one that doesn't have to worry about the darkness from the cave.
Correct.
But you do know, you felt the difference. You're no longer out in the open. You can sense that kind of muggy feeling that comes from being in the earth. So you know that you're, and you've felt the kind of decline that you've taken to come down into the earth itself. And you've also been
and she'll
helped
probably
to.
she'll probably hold on to the wall, kind of just like run her hand across it while she's going towards him. I just don't know how actually far he is.
Yeah.
Like if he's like right in front of us or if he's a ways away.
Okay. There's a moment where you do feel that sudden kind of graze from a stalactite, but it doesn't like hit you. It's more of a surprise of like something just kind of like cold and damp kind of coming across your brow. But it does stop you, I think. But Pepe does see Artis is the first one to step forward.
Artist? Chiquita. What are you doing here? What are all of you doing here? You shouldn't be here. This is not good. No bueno. This is not no.
The
You can't be
first
here.
words that come out of her mouth are, "Why did you leave us?"
Didn't leave.
Well, you didn't stay.
Yes, I didn't stay, but I didn't leave. I kind of did leave, but my it's hard to explain, but you cannot be here. None of you all should not be here. This is very bad. This is dangerous.
Then why are you here alone? If it's
'Cause this is
dangerous
where
for us, then why are you here?
because this is where I belong. I have to be here. I should be here.
Have to? Should? Really?
It is it is my penance, I guess you can say, Cora. I
What did you do that was wrong?
was born.
That's
Artis
Oh.
is going to continue forward until she reaches him. She's
Yeah.
not like whatever's physically in the way, she'll either duck or maneuver, but she's not going to stop.
Your foot does come in contact with something. And it feels like a leg. And everybody can see that Artis is now come up to the body of the priest.
That's not him, Artis.
I know. The moment that she feels that there's no movement and it's kind of at a weird angle, she's assuming that it's not.
Yeah, you can feel
Not him.
that the moment you push your foot forward, the knee hooks around the top of your foot.
Mhm.
But yeah, it feels heavy. Like there is no concession given to you whatsoever. And even when you pull your foot back, that's when you feel that kind of slump of the leg back on the ground. Welcome back.
Oh, there we go.
Chica.
Hey, missed your face.
Lightning.
Yeah, it's told you it's bad over here too.
Yeah, it's getting bad over here.
Bad omen.
Artist, Chica, please don't come any further.
Are you going to stop me from coming any further?
I gently put Mia down on the ground. I look over, make sure she's all right.
Yeah, I mean, she
I
slaps.
slowly get up and make my way towards Artis before she falls or something.
Okay.
She's already stepped over a fucking priest.
Who knows what else is out here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You're in a
It
cave.
starts out with one. It starts with one priest, and maybe a whole church. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Whole
She's barreling
congregation of
through.
dead people shows up. Yeah, you feel his hands stop you.
And I hand her one of my guns.
Dang.
I make sure she grips it. She grips the steel. Not like that.
We still talking about guns?
No.
It is his gun, revolver. Colt.
Yeah.
This is not.
Easy,
Oh
tiger.
boy.
Easy, tiger. Let's go back to that mushroom talk.
So Artis receives the
back.
gun and then is kind of loose with it, and then when she feels like Pepe kind of firmly reinforce that he wants me to take the gun, I wait until he lets go and I just toss it over my fucking shoulder because that's not what I'm here for. And
Oh my god!
And I
that gun?
immediately put my hands on his face to see if he's been crying.
Okay. There's a thunder crack as the moment the gun hits the ground, a bullet goes flying out. 1860 revolvers are not fantastic.
Yeah.
With
I make sure I
go and check. Yeah. It is loud. It reverberates. It echoes, and all of you are kind of startled by the surprise of the sudden shot. But you notice that neither the priest nor the girl react, except for Artis, who is reaching up for Pepe's face and can feel him kind of shielding her.
Is Pepe crying?
Would Pepe have been crying?
Yes. But it's
Can I
just
tell that
it's water. It's water. It's water in his face.
So the moment that she realizes that he's been crying, her arms go around his neck. And she just squeezes.
Oh, okay. For a second there, I thought you were gonna try to choke him or something. It's like
So if you weren't crying, Artis was gonna slap you like a little lady. But since you were crying, she can't justify the little slap across the face, so she's gonna hug you instead.
What are you doing here, Chica? You can't. You gotta go back. Take the gun.
We're taking you too.
I can't.
You can.
I can't.
You're being dramatic. You can.
She can't go with us.
What are you talking about?
Who is this? Who are these people?
This is. Man, this is a. What's his name again, Chewie?
The priest?
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now.
This is who the fuck is this guy again?
I think we changed it that way. That it was changed last minute. So the name.
Yeah. Here I wrote it.
Padre.
Father Luis
Padre.
Orlando Gonzalez.
Ah. This is Padre Luis Orlando Gonzalez. He wasn't just a priest. He was almost like a father figure that I had. A padre, pretty much. And the woman, Mia. You all shouldn't be here. You'll have to get out.
Neither should you.
Told you, Carl, this is where I belong.
There's great danger here.
I know. I'm well aware of that danger.
That's why we're here for you.
We're not leaving without you. So if you're going to live in this hole, we'll live in the hole. I don't want to. So please don't make me live in a hole.
You don't have to live here in this hole. You can go back to Cora's nice place. Very lovely place there where people take baths. And the bacon.
Moment he says the word baths, his odor starts to really hit home. He is probably not seen a bathtub since the last time Cor made him take a bath.
Oof!
What was that, like 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, probably give or take. Almost a month.
Almost a month. Yeah. It's a
Pretty
month according
bad.
to my notes.
He's overdue. He's ripe.
And you just hugged him like
And I'll do it again. I'll do it again.
nothing but that wet dog smell and
Yep.
bacon grease and all that.
Bacon grease. You've been eating bacon this whole fucking time?
Since Artis has hugged him,
Mm-hmm.
He's probably lost weight.
he is a little thinner. You notice
Mm.
the clothes on his back. There are shreds of it. Like there are enough tatters that you can actually feel his skin. Like your fingers have kind of slid past his layers and have touched skin, and there's very clearly the last kind of vestiges of him healing himself.
Have you been fighting since you left?
You know me. I don't fight. I don't get into fights. Pepe's not a fighter. Pepe does what Pepe does.
You're not giving us
But
any answers.
Chica, what do you want me to tell you? My
I
father's
want you to tell
there,
me
dead right
that
there
you're leaving the
before
cave.
you. I cannot leave the cave. I cannot leave her by herself.
Then we can take her with us.
She cannot come with us. She has to stay here.
Why?
Until nightfall?
Not even nightfall. I plan on not letting that happen either.
Speak plain. What's wrong with your ward? And Cora's going to start walking into this cave.
I whisper in Artis's ears. They cannot come here, Artis. You have to take them out. Please.
You have to tell me what's going on. I can't help you if you don't talk to me.
I will explain more than out of the cave, please.
When will you be
I
out of the
cannot.
cave?
I have to take care of her first. And I look down at Mia. I
She is
cannot
in the
have
same
Cora
position that you left her
come
in.
here. I cannot have Cora come down here.
You promised me after you finish this that you're coming with us.
Yes. I would not make that promise, Mia. But I do promise that I will go back out and meet and explain or try to explain everything as best I can. I cannot have her coming here right now. None of you should be here.
She nods. Okay.
She will kill
She
her.
turns on
That
her
boy.
heel and she starts walking towards Cora. Cora,
Yes.
we have to exit for the time being. But Pepe will be out in a second. And she kind of gives her like a very pleading look of, I don't know what's going on, but this is what we have to do.
How dark is the cave? Does Cora see that face?
You see Pepe.
Yeah.
You stab me.
They are far into the cave, so that there's no real sunlight coming in. The small kind of tendrils of light that would have come this way have been taking great pains to kind of mask. It's not difficult to have shifted your eyes into the darkness to kind of stay abreast of what's going on. to Cora and walks, the man and the girl both look like they're just bodies. Neither one of them is breathing, and the smell of earth and blood is very prevalent in the cave.
She takes a look at Artis. And it's one of those things where she's assessing. And it definitely comes off in this kind of fine. He has 5 minutes before I go down in that cave. And I'm not going to be pleasant.
The moment that Cora finishes, Artis like slips her hand into Cora's to just give it a squeeze. Okay.
And she turns and stiffly walks out. This is definitely the I am doing this because my singer is asking me to.
Singer?
She's the Galliard.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was like, man, did Artis pick up a new hobby while I was gone too? Damn.
Yeah.
She's
I
singing
am
at the
this universe's Britney Spears.
she's singing at the club. She's
Yeah.
singing at the church choir now. Probably.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Oh yeah, loud and proud.
That bitch is
Yeah.
prolific.
Singing the hymns. Hallelujah.
Yeah. Once a week though, because she's not in her 20s anymore.
Not in my 20s anymore.
It's a very
I'm assuming
stiff
that
walk.
yeah, as Cora and I are walking towards the exit, I kind of reach my hand out to Walks too, like, hey, come on.
Does he accept?
Mhm. Yeah. I'll help guide her back out of the cave.
I don't need you to guide. I just wanted you to hold hands.
Adorable.
While I'm there.
It's definitely one of those things where Cora is like, I'm doing this. I don't like it. And everybody can tell just from the body posturing.
Mm-hmm. But Pepe sees
I
them
whispered to my
turn,
brother.
walk.
Gracias. You're an angel sent artist. I turn back around to see Mia.
In position that you left her in.
I look around to see if there's any change or anything in this cave.
Only the gun that you gave Artis is on the floor now.
Yeah, I go pick that up, put it back in my holster.
Okay.
Oh god. Yeah. Is there any rope, anything?
We'll say that you brought some rope with you.
Okay. I just grab the rope
And you
and
probably have
I
a satchel of stuff that you scavenged.
I tie her feet together and tie her arms and hands.
Okay.
And I gag her mouth.
Okay.
And I give her a kiss on the forehead. And I grab her hand and put the cross from the priest in her hands. The rosary.
You see it burning her flesh.
Oh boy. I grab it and take it out. Actually, I leave it. I'm like, and I. Perdóneme, mija. It must be done.
At first, it bubbles around the outline of just the cross, and then the rest of the rosary starts to bubble and welt up like a burn. And as all of it starts to really tear into her skin, her eyes open, her mouth widens, and she snaps through the gag. And everyone hears her scream echoing out from the cave. And if Pepe could give me a dexterity and athletics roll.
Great. Yay.
She latches out for the only source of blood she has.
Dexterity and what?
And athletics.
Oh, shit. That's not good. Dexterity, though. Okay.
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 Well, you know, we work with what we got.
I got one success.
Okay.
Out of 3.
It is almost catching you off guard. But this is not the first time that you've dealt with her in this condition. And as she looks down at the bindings that you've done to her, as she looks up at you being the only source of sustenance for her, she instinctively shoots her body forward, mouth open, and right as she's about to bite into your shoulder, you just scrap and push yourself back and just see the lapel, the kind of front of your shirt, just get scooped and ripped with the force that she is biting down. You just see her just kind of lunged over and trying to scrape this rosary off of her flesh. How would the rest of you like to react to this sudden girl's scream?
It's kind of an immediate turn.
Hmm.
She said 5 minutes, and they had walked kind of out, and
Mhm.
then that happened. And it's one of those things, Artis feels Cora let go of her hand. And it's...
Wait, were we both holding each of her hands?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she has two of them.
I have
I'm
two of
just
them.
making sure.
She might
I'm
not
just
have
making
eyes, but
sure.
she got hands.
I have eyes. They just don't work.
Semantics.
Um.
Yeah, you feel Cora let go. And you can feel her
Oh,
going
I'm fine.
back into the cave.
I presumed it must have been some shenanigans if he's like, I need 5 minutes alone in this
Thought it was-
cave
Yep.
with these bodies.
Then it's just me and Walks holding hands.
You guys have gotten so friendly. I love it.
So friendly.
Yeah, real friendly.
Not that friendly. Not that
okay.
kind.
Okay.
Real
Sorry.
friendly.
Not that kind.
Sorry.
Just friendly.
Just friendly, but we're friendly.
Okay, just
Oh, yeah.
friendly.
You
Not
know,
friendly.
I dare to think that we are friends.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, white girl and a savage?
Oh, you know,
Oh my.
anything is possible.
You know, breaking stereotypes. I love it.
Yep. Breaking those barriers.
Mhm.
Whereas Cora is turning 180 because she hears the scream. And I'm presuming some sort of sounds of struggle.
Yeah.
happening.
And it's-
Cora, he said 5 minutes. You said 5 minutes.
Yeah, but here's the problem. There is a woman screaming in that cave. Now
You said 5 minutes.
I will not let a woman be mistreated in my presence.
There's like a moment of something that had never crossed Artis's mind that Pepe could actually be hurting somebody else. Like, so the moment that Cora says that, she's like, what? What do you mean?
Did you not hear that scream?
Yes, but I thought,
That person is clearly in pain.
Yeah.
um, okay, let's go back.
I mean, if it's a maintenance kind of situation, that's more understandable, but he hasn't said anything.
He just told us to wait. And now I don't know who to listen to more, you or him.
At this point.
Glare at me all you want. I'm not gonna fucking notice.
Yeah. Cora's just like, you believe what you want. And Cora goes to go back into the cave.
Okay. Will Pepe help Mia remove the rosary, or are you gonna let her deal with her abhorrence to it?
I'm just shaking my head and I got tears coming out of my eyes, and I'm like, Mia, I cannot take it off. No puedo, no puedo, querida.
And you don't even hear words, you just hear snarling, angry grunts, the snaps from her mouth. She's a wild animal to you right now. And you hear the heavy footfalls coming from the cave mouth.
Because, yeah, Cora's not hiding that she's coming because
Yeah.
she does want him to know.
And she is struggling, trying to wiggle herself in such a way to kind of catch the rosary with some of the rocks. But all the while, like, her eyes are focused on you. And
Right.
the moment that Cora comes into view, her eyes snap in her direction. Cora sees the the woman thrashing about on the ground and then just suddenly lock eyes with you and start to wriggle towards you. She's been tied up since you left him alone with her.
What is going on? Now!
Cora, stand back. Mia. Listen to me, Mia, chick. Querida Mia, please,
Keeps
listen.
driving her shoulders towards Cora.
I go and take off the rosaries, so she can calm down.
There's a moment where you see her just sigh with relief, and then the body slumps.
Once Cora took off, I'd sort of nudge artists and pull, just try to slowly make our way back that way. Maybe not with. We can't just. I'm not gonna go.
I know, but it's been 4 minutes.
We'll walk slowly.
Okay.
Yeah. All the fight is gone instantly the moment she slumps.
I attend to her, and I try to get her as comfortable as possible. Still tied up and everything. I grab the rosary and just have it in my hands.
What is going on?
I know exactly what's going on, Cora.
I want to hear it from you.
I can't.
Because if I have to interpret this, then that, and she points very directly, should be already taken care of.
She is.
No. No, she's not. And you know exactly what I mean by taken care of.
This is why I told you I cannot leave the cave. And I can't tell you what this is exactly because it would make it true.
The
Mia's not just anybody, Cora. Have you ever loved anybody? A friend, a sister, a lover? Mia was the only friend I've ever had in my life. She was my first love too.
whatever she is now, she's not that person.
You look at her. She's so at peace. She's Mia. She has a
Listen,
family back in town.
that
She's a
she
wife,
can't go back to.
a mother.
Can't go back to any of that.
That's why I am here, Cora in the cave. So she doesn't come out. So she doesn't go back to anything and hurt people like our querido father right there before us. I point to the priest. Her and I, we grew up in the same orphanage. Like I said, I'm the reason. The reason why I'm here in this town is because of her. Came back for her.
So you left came into the city to conflict. I'm assuming after some time away. And then you come back here, and this town has been ravaged by fucking leeches. And you think you're protecting her?
That easy, Carl. Like I said, have you ever had anybody in your life that meant so much? She's the last. I have nothing. Everybody
If
from my life has been gone.
maybe about now, it's been 5-ish minutes, and we
Yeah.
make it down.
You can walk into this.
Mm-hmm. You
You've
have
heard
no
all of it.
idea. No idea what I have had to sacrifice. I have family. I had a lover. I had cousins and siblings and all of that. And in one choice, I chose love above all. And I had it just taken away. Just like that. I get where you're coming from. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think of my family and wonder what they think of me now. Or if they even do think of me. But what you have here doesn't make it right. There are things that you can change, and there are things that you can't. And again, it's that point, is not a thing you can fix.
I can fix it, Cora.
The only way you fix it is by killing it.
Oh, Cora.
And it's that
These,
moment.
these hands have already done enough killing.
If you
Can't kill Mia. Can't.
She's not yours anymore, Pepe. She belongs to the night. Dirt.
if you can't do it, if you do not have the strength to do it, I will do it for you.
You will not touch her, Cora. Perdóneme. You cannot. You will not. I know who you are and what you are. I know who I am and what I am and where I fall in the pack. Pero I'm not gonna do anything. I can't. I just never thought it would happen to me. It happened to everyone else. But I thought she was long gone. She was long gone before that night. Never thought it would have. Never thought it would have followed her years later.
Artist has like a very small squeak to her voice when she asks, "Do you really believe that there's no one else left?"
I dropped to my knees by Mia's body. Honestly, Chiquita, before coming to conflict, before before meeting you and Senora Cora, who walks with spirits, I was I felt I found a place that I can probably stay a little bit longer than normal. I've always on wherever my feet will take me.
You didn't answer my question.
Am I alone? I always felt that way.
Are you now?
I think I've always been alone. I think each one of us has always been alone.
Are you right now?
I'm not right now, Chica. I'm in the cave with you and everybody here. Pero am I alone inside? Claro que sí, always.
We're a pack. That means we're a family. That means we're together. That also means that when one of us does something wrong, we all get punished for it. Because we are supposed to help each other. Help control our instincts together.
You know, I always wanted a family. I don't know what a family is. I don't know what a pack is.
A pack
I
is a group
grew
of people that want to be with you even when you're in a dark cave and you feel the most alone. And we're here. Pepe, we have to do this. And I'm so sorry, and you don't have to be the one to do it, but we have to do it.
I have to. I've been doing it ever since I was a kid, Chica.
That's not what I meant. Cora's right. You're not listening. You're not alone. But she cannot continue to live. And I am so sorry to say that to you. But it has to be done, and it doesn't have to be you. Can you please leave the cave with me and let Cora and Walks be here?
I assure you, Pepe, we will do this as quickly and as painlessly as we can. I understand how you feel having to see someone that you care about, love them to the end of the earth, and then have them completely turn on you. It's not the same. And I'm not going to say it's exactly the same. Maybe I'll tell you the story. Because you've earned it. But there's nothing of your Mia left.
Look at her, Cora. I still remember long, dark black hair and that smile on her face. She was the only one that would talk to me from all the kids. She never saw me any different or treated me any different.
I step up, hand Pepe the photograph that we.
I'm gonna go hit esto. Where'd you find this picture?
See her here. More of her spirit here than there is on the floor over there.
Oh, I hated this kid. I remember him. I hated this one. Este chamaco aquí.
The moment he hands you the photograph, you're transported back to that day. Big news came into town that there was somebody from out on the East Coast that was photographing the wilds of the West. People were thriving and surviving. Nobody understood the science of photography. But the nun and the priest made a big deal about everybody looking good. And this is the first time I think Mia ever wore a dress. Tell us what you remember of that day, of Mia's dress and the first time you saw her in it. Why is young Pepe staring at her and not at the photograph at the camera?
I was looking at Mia because she was wearing this beautiful dress. Because her new family who adopted her bought her this dress. And this moment right here was going to be the last time I saw Mia before she was going to a new family. And I remember the first time I saw her in that dress, I fell off the horse that I was attending to from how beautiful she looked. And then she told me the news. I was happy but sad at the same time. I was happy because she finally got what we've always talked about, family, and getting away from in this place, and some of the kids who were mean to me and will bully me, but not her. But yeah, that beautiful dress was brighter than the sun that day, and it was the most beautiful thing on a gorgeous, clear blue sky. The camera, the photographer, everybody was amazed by the camera, but I had my own right in front of me with Mia. I just wanted to make sure that my mind was the camera, holding on to that last moment that I would see her before she went off to her new family. Those days were happy and good times. After she left, it was dark.
Picture
And that's
is
when everything
is a
changed.
sad facsimile of what you remember. It is tinted brown, dark orange, sepia, hints of gray. There's no color in the photograph. And
I can
although
see it.
Mia is wearing a very different dress, the skin tone does look paler. There's no color there. And the only reason her lips are crimson is from the last bits of blood that she drained from the priest.
Cora's reaching out and putting a hand on Pepe's shoulder. The gentlest of squeezes. Just enough to let Pepe know that she's there. And I think maybe even in how dark it is, he can see in her eyes that she doesn't want to do this. There's this sadness there that maybe Pepe now fully recognizes. I'm sorry.
I know. I know. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I put my hand over Coral's hand. And I give it a tight squeeze. I can do this, Cora. She will be the last one from my old family. I can do this. My new family is giving me strength to do what needs to be done. Gracias, Señora Cora, for adopting me, even in my old age.
Yep, there's this funny moment where she just kind of taps his face a little bit.
You hear that,
Only-
Padre? Finally. I got adopted after so many years.
When we get you home, we'll get you a nice bath, and we're gonna get you a lot of food. You're too skinny. You need to eat something.
Sí, señora Cora.
If you want to do this on your own, you can. But I'm going to stay here with you. This is me, low-key being the big, tough mom figure here, and basically saying, in no small terms, you either do it or I do it. There's no funny tricks. There's no games. I'm going to sit here and watch you. But in nicer terms. And she does that little shoulder squeeze, and then she takes the steps back.
I get up from my knees. And I go up to Mia. Question: how do I get rid of her now? I mean, I know Pepe has done this before in his past, but those were different times, and
Yeah,
jog my memory.
there are several ways to destroy a vampire. There's fire,
Vampire.
there's sunlight, which is currently in abundance outside of the cave,
Okay.
and you can decapitate them.
Okay. I'm gonna pick her up. Actually, I look at her. I wipe the blood from her mouth as best I can with my dirty hands and clothes. I try to make her presentable. And I untie the ropes from her legs and feet and her hands. I fix her hair. And I lift her up. And I grab her and I hold her as tight as possible. I'm going to start walking towards the exit of this cave.
Until you get out, that the sun starts to actually illuminate the cave itself. There's no reaction. She is like a sleeping princess in your arms. One hand laid out around your back, one hand laid out to her front, feet dangling, very much like you remember whenever she would sit on any of the adults' chairs, just never really being able to reach the ground, but swaying nonetheless with that joviality that even in the darkest times she never let go of. And the moment the sun touches her outstretched left arm, the eyes open wide, that scream shoots out from her mouth, 70% of it is hers, 30% of it is the beast inside of her. And she instinctively sits up and brings her arm around the right of your side, trying to scramble back into the darkness of the cave. Do you persist?
Yeah, I keep going.
You step forward. You can hear her snarling, looking at the darkness that you have pulled her from. Fear, survival instinct, everything is flying at not just her, but at you for protection. And in between the snarling, you hear her, and it's not the adult voice. It is the young girl that sat with you at story time. It is the young girl that told you to push harder every time you had your time on the swings. It is the girl's voice that says, "No, Juan, no. Por favor." Give me a willpower roll, please.
Oh boy. Two successes out of 3.
It takes everything in your being to take that next step, to take the following step. And you can smell the burning of the flesh as the sun is eating her undead body. And as now both of you are outside of the cave, enveloped by this morning sun, the cold air whipping around, there is a small flurry. And as the first couple of flakes touch down and icily burn their presence onto your forehead, there's silence. The struggling stops. And the only thing left of your love is a desiccated husk. Petrified wood of a body almost in the shape of a carried hug. But the arms are far too outstretched, like they were reaching for something they could never grab. She's gone.
I drop to my knees and lay her on the ground. The whatever remains of her, the husk of her body.
She is frozen in that princess carrying almost hug.
I grab the pitcher and the rosary, put it together, and leave it on her body.
is cold. You are in winter. But you can feel warmth coming up behind you. Steps. Everyone except Artist can see what is left of Mia. What is left of Pepe's choice.
You said she had family in conflict.
Yeah. See, a husband and a child, I believe. They give Cora the letter she had written to me. Can you make sure they're taken care of? And I guess they have a right to know what happened to Mia.
We will do what we can. Perhaps we should protect the body so that we can give it a proper burial in town.
She would like that by the church, if possible. She loved the church. I mean, we grew up in an iglesia, so it's only natural.
Mainly, we need to make sure that they also get closure.
Closure. It makes sense too. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sorry to bring this up now, but I don't think we'll be going back to conflict at the moment.
¿Y eso?
Read the
Greater
room,
evil.
Artist.
Listen,
Signs importance have come to
What?
south.
What? What? What's going on?
we have a challenge.
A
we
challenge?
also came with news. Yay, we're having a good time.
A challenge? What? A
For
challenge for what?
us to be able to utilize the moon bridge, the Alpha has decreed we should go up into the mountains and bring a trophy back from the spirit that resides at the top. A Wendigo Spirit. Walks with spirits could tell you of Wendigo. To further explain,
Yeah, sure, okay. I mean, whatever. As long as I don't have to take a bath and I can get some food in my belly, then I guess it's story time. Yay!
No, no, no. When you left Santo Domingo, how was it?
Ooh, what do you mean?
When
You're talking about the
Damn you,
Yo.
Ray.
That's good. That's good.
For those of you watching at home, I just sent in our chat. I'm so sorry, your friend died. Anyways, we got stuff to do.
Yeah. It's very
That's why
sad.
Donald's
Very sad. So anyway,
So, anyways,
And
I
she
mean,
didn't
artist
say
is full
stuff.
of grace.
No, but we came upon the town. Yeah. We came upon the town, and it was fucking wrecked. There ain't nobody there no more. All blood, all bullets. Do we think it was all Ike? Pepe?
that
And Mia?
that was
Do you
not.
think it was them? Yeah, no, okay. So, how Pepe, how did you see Santo Domingo when you were there?
Santo Domingo. Santo Domingo doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
Santo Domingo was burned down. There's nothing left of it. It's hell.
I wanted to be sure that you knew of your home before we moved. We could not tell when it had happened or who had done this. We didn't want to presume.
Presume what?
Anyway,
That it was me? Or Mia? Amigo.
These are
If
bad.
you only knew. If you only knew. Like, pat him on the back. Like, give him like one of those pat on the backs like that. If you only knew.
These are bad times we live in, and the storm is coming.
Oh yeah, the storm is coming. Look at this. I'm fucking freezing here.
The Wendigo
Cold.
storm. It is the cold that ices your heart over. The scream that you hear in the wind at night comes from nowhere, fills your soul. It is a spirit of hate. It is the totem of my people, but the one here must be stopped.
Then what are we waiting for? Is it on? Is it on the way to conflict? It's in the opposite direction. Well,
Conflict will be there when we're done.
We could probably
We
leave Mia here. In the church, maybe?
Mia
For
is
us
with the
to-
spirit. Mia was with the spirits long ago.
Yes, but Pepe was saying that she had a husband and children in conflict. They're going to need to know what happened to her. I mean, I doubt we're going to tell her family that the complete truth.
They can stay in conflict.
Yes, I'm trying to figure out what to do with the body of Mia. Do we leave her body here and then hope we come back and she is still intact? I do not want to make what Pepe did seem monstrous.
Because Ray's
We
done that enough already.
Celia de la Lupe. We buried in town.
I mean, I can always go back to conflict myself, and I can catch up to everybody.
No. You're not out of our
Oh.
sight from here on. If you are,
I mean,
if you're a part of this family, we stay connected.
okay. I mean, that's gonna be with the rules and everything. It's it's okay. But we can do that. We definitely have time, I think, for me and her family, and then maybe a little bit of food, no bath, and just keep it going.
You're going to get food on the way.
I mean, I think I still got some bacon in my pockets, if anything.
3-week-old bacon is not going to sustain you, Pepe.
Look at me. This right here, this glorious body, is because
You're all skin and bone. And she goes and she actually grabs at one of his ribs at that moment. And
Hey,
wiggles it just a little bit. See? Skin and bone.
yeah. That's because I've been doing a whole new workout plan, a new diet.
Yeah, it's called depression. And I don't know what to do because my alpha's not here. But your alpha's here now. And we have to take care of this.
Oh. Vámonos entonces.
Artist kind of reaches into one of her pockets and pulls out one of those really old-fashioned candies. And just, here you go. Instead of eating 3-week-old bacon.
I know, right?
Not
What is this?
It's a lozenge, but it's sweet.
Oh, okay.
It's a humbug. It's a humbug.
It's a humbug.
It's a bug.
It's a bug. And like she's just going off of what Cora says. It's a humbug.
It's candy. It's a sweet.
Put it in your
Sí,
mouth.
Just
sí, un caramelo. You know?
Sure.
Oh, why not? You know?
for the people
And I
at
grabbed
home.
What's a humbug?
Yeah, for the people at home who don't understand the term humbug, it's what Scrooge would be shouting about. But the thing is, back in that day, a humbug was a sweet that just had a very particular shape to it. That was produced around the Christmas season.
Some white people shit.
It is.
So I got the candy, and I got the bacon in my other hand, and I put them together and put it in my mouth.
Okay.
You know, it is not the best thing in the world, but you can get used to it.
It's a little bit of hot sauce. It's not bad. Oh, there's some lint. Hold on. Yeah, okay.
I mean, artists can't watch in horror, but I'm assuming that she's not going to respond positively. But okay.
Oh, so we go to conflict, talk to Mia's family, and then we go face off this Wendigo.
No,
We're
no,
gonna
Pepe.
go to the Wendigo first.
We're going to go to the Wendigo first, Pepe.
Okay. Um.
Who knows how many other Mia might fall prey to before we.
Okay. It's well. Adelante, entonces, vamos.
Somebody lead the way. It can't be me.
And before, like as they go, I run back and I give Mia a kiss on her forehead.
Okay.
And I'm like, I tell her, good news. I also got adopted. And I catch up with the others.
Okay. You guys take off heading towards the mountain range that the Master of the Challenges pointed out to you, leaving Santo Domingo, the travesty of Mia's involvement with Pepe and your unknown assailant in the background. And a week of travel goes by. All of you have started to get used to each other again. Pepe, could you remind us what your lupus form looks like? Do you think it's changed anything with your acceptance into a family or in putting your past behind you?
Oh wait, we're doing this in lupus form?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't changed. I haven't
Well,
I just
From time to time, make better tracks.
we can't just walk it out like humans do, I guess.
At some point, you have to embrace who you are, Pepe. You aren't human. You were born human and Gaia chose you.
Oh yeah, let's not talk about why Gaia chose me.
You are one of Gaia's warriors.
I don't know about that, but yeah. I'll catch up with the three of you. I would like some time, I guess.
Well, you asked for time, and then we didn't give you time, and that seemed to be the appropriate response. So do you want us... Are you saying what you really mean?
I'm not going anywhere, Chica. Don't worry about that.
We could distract you with silly stories as we travel.
Yeah, sure. Tell me more about this Wendigo Spirit.
It's not my department. What?
It'll haunt your nightmare.
Maybe that's not the silly story that we distract.
Oh yes.
It
I think
absolutely is.
maybe better with the silly stories.
Say that again, Walks?
You're better with the silly stories.
Okay, you know what? Forget about the Wendigo. Tell me, artist, what? Tell me
Tell 'em
something,
about
Chica. Tell me, Chica, what have you been up to? What happened since I've been gone? What new things have happened to each and every one of you?
Hmm.
Are you going to be traveling as a mixed group then? Is what I'm hearing.
The gunslinger with his wolves.
Because it will slow your
Are we?
progress down.
Oh. What if you
3
ride
years.
one of us? You can ride one of us like a horse or cattle.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What
Would any of you let yourselves be ridden in that way?
I would. If he's feeling so
Straight
depresso espresso.
Bitch, you don't know where you're going.
I don't know where the fuck I'm going. I'm just trying to help.
Like, you are biting somebody else's tail and following.
Yeah.
Is this the true meaning of the dumb leading the blind, or the blind leading the dumb here?
Both.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, it'll take you closer to 3 weeks to get down to the mountain range.
Pepe might get over it after a little bit. After like 2 days riding on the back of a blind hispo.
Pepe's a gunslinger and is a rider. He horses. This is just a newer model.
So you do ride me.
Some tequila.
So you do.
I will ride you, Ray. I will ride artists.
Okay, make sure you get consent, bro.
Word.
Does artist offer her back?
Offer my back since you're not getting out of your human form.
Well,
Mount me. Let's go.
okay.
I am
Not what
gonna
I
mount
expected to hear on a
artists.
Tuesday.
Anything is possible. You know, I'm back.
Yeah. So
Pip is back.
it'll take you a little bit over a week to get down to the mountain range, with artists having to go into hispo form to let Pepe ride her. But as you come to the base of the mountain, winter fully in effect here, you can see the snow-capped peaks of this lower end of the Rockies, of what would become the Rockies, become known as the Rockies at least. And as you prepare for this climb ahead, I think this is a good point to call it for tonight. So, as always, thank you guys for indulging me in this heartbreaking story. We got into our feels a little bit more than I thought we were going to tonight. I thought you might have considered a vampiric ally in Mia. I can see that was not on the table.
We just got wrecked by a vampire.
I mean, it's not the first time a vampire wrecked you.
It could have been used. She could have been useful, but no. You guys want to get rid of my friend.
I'm sorry, bitch gotta go.
Cora said, bitch gotta go. So
Friends,
Cora's right.
Friends.
None of you even sniffed out for worm taint whatsoever. You just were like, vampire? Fuck it.
Is that not just taint?
Vampires with less than 7 humanity smell of the worm. Yes. but it is a dogmatic argument that has always come up with werewolf players is a vampire tainted regardless, because the moment they're created, they're removed from the wheel. But it is one of those topics that I love breaching as a storyteller.
I mean,
But-
considering how Walks regards humans,
Yeah, I fully expected you to just be like, well, she's trash.
It's like,
Just
yes,
fold her up and leave her outside.
trash she cares about.
Me,
I care
Mia,
about
Mia
trash.
maintenance.
Mm-hmm. But as
I
always,
like that mittens.
as
Stop
always, I want to give you guys a chance to plug what you're doing, to thank you guys in the little way that I can. We'll start with you, Ike. Do you want to be found on the internet, and what are you up to? What have you been up to?
Well, I'm back. I've been up to
Huzzah.
getting my life straightened. So yeah, cool stuff.
Okay.
I'm glad to be back. Good to see all your beautiful faces.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yep.
I hope you're ready for some good times coming up, now that we've crossed the feelings bridge. Donald, what are you up to, and do you want people to find you on the interweb?
There's no way for people to find me on the interweb, so good luck.
Challenge
find you.
accepted.
I'll find you.
Oh. Off to Ray or Nikki, who have nicer things.
Okay. We'll go down to Ray in order of moon phases. Do you want to be found on the interwebs, and what are you up to besides putting up with Ike's return?
Well, I'm putting up with Ike's return again next Tuesday, because he's joining Legend of the Five Rings.
Return.
So
Yeah.
every Tuesday I'm going to be on this channel. That's where you can find me and Ike, apparently.
Woo!
Every
See if
Tuesday.
Ike sticks around or if I kill him first.
Yeah. I mean, will Tamori Mori let him mount her as well?
I think
mount
that
them?
Tamori is going to fuck everyone up the moment that we get back into that game.
Perfect.
That's not gonna happen on my watch.
Oh, let's fucking see.
I can't wait for you to meet Tamori Mori. Okay. And Nikki, what are you up to, and where do you want people to find you on the interwebs if you want them to find you?
Well, hi, I'm Nikki, also known as Ravenia, also known as the Goth Furycorn. You can find me on my Twitter under @the_squishy_bear, which has been renamed to the Goth Furycorn, so you should be able to find it under both. You can
Nice.
also find me on Dice and all those other social media platforms that are trying to fill gaps under the Goth Furycorn. You will find me here. You will on occasion find me on Mixed Ever Studios. You will find me also on the Emporium of the Wayward Gamer on occasion. I am in between stuff, but anytime I show up, chaos is sure to follow. So it's always a fun ride with the Furycorn.
100%. So yeah, man, thank you guys. I love the game that we're establishing. I love the relationships that you've built, and I think tonight was a lot heavier than I thought it was going to be. But I hope that everyone is okay. We yesterday we touched on a sensitive subject as far as vampires concerned. Today we touched on a subject, a tender and sensitive subject as far as werewolf is concerned. So I'm glad that we are communicative enough to make light of the situation in our private chat away from Twitch, but also be adult enough that if something was bothering us, that we would have brought it up and approached the subject so that we can come at things from a better point of understanding. That is as best as a segue as I can to talk about how here on the channel we hope that you understand that it is okay to not be okay. We take mental health seriously here on the channel. So please, if you feel like you need help, just know that there are resources out there for you. There's phone numbers going up on the Twitch chat. If you're watching live, they'll be in the description box if you're watching on YouTube later. But just know that people care, and there are people out there who will want to help you try to navigate the darkness. Not saying that they're going to be complete lighthouses in what is a darkness that I cannot compare with my own, but I know that there are people out there who can help and want to help. And if you're not in the United States, there's a link going up so you can find the resources in the areas nearest you. Because like I said, there are people out there who want to hear your story and want to help you kind of navigate the turbulent waters. So please know that there are resources out there for you. As always, Mondays are for Vampire the Masquerade here on the channel. It's a 2-part story telling an Anarch chapter and a Camarilla chapter, alternating Mondays. Tuesdays are for Werewolf the Wild West and for Legend of the Five Rings, as Ray and Ike have talked about. And every other Thursday right now is 7th Sea, which is starting to pick up as well, and I am loving the system, loving where the story is going to go, hopefully. But as always, I appreciate all of you for being here. We couldn't do it without you, the audience. I couldn't do it without you, the players. You are forever embedded into my heart. So I love you guys for that. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you when we see you, and have a good night. Bye.